Oh man, I had such a rough day at work today. I'm so tired. Uh, yeah, I don't think I want to make a opening theory video today. I think I just want to go online and play some games of chess. Okay, let's get started. Oh, looks like I have the white pieces in this game. So I think just start with, I'll be principled. I'll start with the move e4. Let's see what my opponent does. Yeah. e6. Oh, my opponent's playing the French defense. Okay, that's pretty cool. You know, the French defense, it begins with the moves e4, e6, d4, and... Oh, snap! Oh, that's not the correct pawn. Uh-oh. My opponent has responded with the most principled move. Yeah, okay, that's a good move. Just, like, generally speaking, if you're gonna play e6 in the French, you might as well play d5. You can almost pre-move that move. Okay, well, maybe I can still save this game. It isn't completely ruined yet. We just have a weird opening, so maybe I could play e takes d5, and then my opponent could play e takes d5. You know, that would make sense, you know, to help them develop their bishop. And then I could play d4, and then we would have a transposition to the c4 sideline in the exchange variation. Yeah, you know, that's an interesting sideline. Maybe I'll go for that. I'll play e takes d5 and... Oh, snap! Seems that I've got my letters mixed up today. I need to watch more Sesame Street. Looks like I took with the wrong pawn. Let's see what my opponent does. Okay, yeah, they're still taking with the pawn. Taking with the queen would be silly, and it doesn't really make sense to do anything else. Otherwise, black would just be losing a pawn. Okay, so what do I want to do here? Oh, this is tough. Yeah, I took with the wrong pawn. Now this is messy. Now my e-pawn is under attack. Let's see. What to do, what to do. I could play e takes d5, but that doesn't really look very good because after my opponent takes back with their queen, I would be left with an isolated queen pawn over here, but I don't really have any, you know, development or any aggression. Like my isolated queen pawn, it wouldn't even be, you know, it wouldn't even have been pushed yet, so that's not really justified. That doesn't make sense. I gotta figure out some other good move to play here. Like knight f3 is silly. My opponent would just take the pawn. Knight c3. My opponent could just push. So I gotta think of something to do. You know, maybe something with my queen. Maybe something like queen a4 check. And maybe bring the queen to e4 if my opponent takes a pawn. You know, maybe stuff like that. I don't know what to do. I can't put my queen on g4 because, you know, bishop would take it. What to do? What to... Oh, snap! So it was a mouse slip. Uh, I probably shouldn't be putting my queen there. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Okay, it looks like my opponent just took my pawn. Okay, well, moving my queen to a4 now to win the pawn back, that would seem silly because I just already moved my queen. What am I gonna do now? What am I gonna do? Uh, Oh, I know. Maybe I can get some kind of attack going. Yeah, maybe I can attack this pawn over here. And maybe I can hope that my opponent does something silly like play knight to h6. Then I can play pawn to d3 and, you know, just take their knight, and after they take back, take this pawn. And even if they do defend this pawn some other way, you know, with the doubled pawns over here, that pawn structure's terrible. So yeah, hopefully my opponent plays knight to h6. That would be a bad move. Or hopefully they don't even notice that their pawn is under attack. That'll be cool. Oh yeah, my opponent could just do that, and this doesn't look too good. What to do here? I mean, my opponent's got this kind of action going on here with their pawn. My opponent's supporting their extra pawn and all this. Maybe I'll just, well, maybe I could play for some tricks. Yeah, maybe I could do something like play knight to h3, and then if my opponent takes with their bishop, that would leave this pawn undefended, so I could take that. And then if my opponent takes pawn on g2, I could play queen to c8 check, and my opponent has to block with queen d8, and then I'll play bishop takes f7 check. And my opponent, if they take the bishop, I take their queen, and hopefully they'll play king e7 instead, and I'll play queen e6, and that'll be checkmate. Yeah, that'll be cool. Okay, maybe I'll play knight h3. Like, objectively, it's not a great move, because what is the knight actually doing on h3? You know, I probably have to move that knight again. But yeah, let's do that. Okay, where's my knight? I need to find my knight on the chessboard. Okay. Here's my knight, and okay, there's 3 over there. So yeah, knight to h3, and oh snap! Oh wait, that's c3. Oh, I am really not myself today. Well, at least I'm attacking their pawn. You know, at least I'm kind of developing. You know, I've got this queenside action going on here. It's not too bad. Opponent's developing as well. Well, this is very tricky now. I'm not sure what to do. I suppose I could play, you know, knight ge2, and then, you know, my opponent probably just plays, I don't know, knight bd7, and then tries to play knight c5 just to kick my queen around while defending this pawn so that they can free up their bishop to do something else. Yeah, I don't like that. Well, I wish I could get this bishop out, because this bishop's a problem piece. How am I going to get this bishop out? Can't push this pawn because the queen's in the way. So I guess I should develop this bishop. Yeah, I'll push this pawn. This looks good. Yeah, this way I can get my bishop out, and oh, snap! I'm in check. And I can't block on e2 because the pawn would take my knight. What to do? I suppose I could block with my bishop, but that looks a little scary. Oh, I know. Maybe I can move my king to f1 so I can bring my rook to e1. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's do that. Okay, opponent's playing knight bd7, like I said. Well, I'll move this bishop out. Well, bringing the rook to e1, it's not really that great overall for the pin, just because there's stuff that could, you know, block this file. Bishop's not so great on f4 either. Oh, you know what I realize? If I take this pawn with bishop takes d3 now, my opponent will play knight c5. Oh, I don't like that. I should stop that. I'll put my bishop here and get ready to develop my rook here as well. And also control this square, you know? That all looks very good. Yeah, okay. So yeah, my opponent's ready, because if you play knight c5, I'm gonna take that knight. Yeah, and then play rook e1 and laugh at you. Haha. So what are you gonna do now, opponent? What are you gonna do now? Oh, snap! Oh, yeah, knights can move to other squares. That's right. Oh, I know. I've got a good trick. I'll play rook to e1, and that way, if my opponent plays knight takes c4, I'll play bishop to c5 and win the queen. Yeah, that looks good. I'll do that. I'll win the queen by doing that.
Oh, snap!
Wait a minute. If I play bishop to c5, you know, if you want, you can pause the video and try to see what's wrong with it. But bishop to c5 won't actually win the queen. And the reason why is because knight to d2 would be checkmate. Well, I gotta do something. I can't just lose my bishop for nothing. I think I'll just, just take that knight. That looks good. Okay, well, at least, I've got some kind of nice lead in development. At least I got that going for me. Oh, my opponent's attacking my queen. Maybe I don't have such a good lead in development. Where to put my queen? This pawn's annoying. Yeah, that pawn's very annoying. At least I got rid of that pawn. That's looking good. Oh, what am I gonna do now? I need to put my queen on some square. Well, I only see two good squares, and this is one of them. Anyway, my opponent's activating their queen, getting it off of, that e-file, and also getting ready to develop this guy because the queen was in the way of that bishop. Well, I should keep developing too. I should move this knight somewhere, maybe to here, as there's a lot of pressure over there. Okay, my opponent is developing like that, putting their bishop there. Well, I don't like that queen where it is. That queen's very active. I'll kick it away. Yeah. Now where's your queen gonna go, opponent? You're gonna have to put your queen on a passive square. Where are you gonna put your queen? Haha, I've got you. Your queen, it doesn't have any nice squares to go to. And
Oh, snap!
oh yeah, that's a pretty good square. Well, oh, I've got an idea. Yeah, that knight over there. Maybe I can double my opponent's pawns, ruin their pawn structure, make it hard for them to castle kingside. That looks good. Yeah, that looks very good. Oh yeah, they could just do that. And you know what I just realized? My bishop is hanging because my opponent's pinning my knight to the king. Well, what am I going to do about that? I guess I got to go back. Maybe I can get my opponent to repeat moves, Like maybe they play bishop d6 now and we agree to a draw. No, I guess they're castling kingside. Well, that was a big mistake because now I'm going to get my opponent with my big attack. Yeah, look at this pawn. This pawn's unstoppable. This pawn's going to win me the game. I'm going to beat my opponent with this. Okay, looks like my opponent wants to trade. Alright, maybe I should take that knight over there. That looks really good. And
oh, snap!
Right, my queen is, my knight's actually pinned. And maybe I shouldn't take that. Maybe I should just defend my knight as it's coming under a lot of pressure. And also, I don't want to, give my opponent the bishop pairs. Maybe I'll go. My opponent's attacking me on the queen side, but maybe I can defend this knight by just unpinning it. Yeah, unpinning this knight so he can defend his friend over here. Alright, my opponent's playing very principled moves, just developing. Well, you might be able to develop, but you can't stop my attack. This pawn's going to win the game. This pawn's going to checkmate my opponent over here. Yeah, this is the best pawn in the world. There's nothing you can do about this, black. You might as well resign now. You might as well resign. And
oh, snap! Oh, snap! Oh, snap!
oh yeah, pawns can stop pawns from moving forward. Huh. What should I do now then? Well, I see one good move. Maybe I'll do that. Alright. So my opponent took my knight. Let's see. What should I take back this knight with? I've got so many choices. They all look so good. How am I going to decide? Oh, wait. There's only one good choice. Yeah, there's only really, well, one or two good choices, because if I take with the pawn or the queen, this knight's under attack, and that's not so good. My opponent just takes this guy for free. Okay, well, I'll take with the knight. Yeah. Oh, here comes my opponent. I'm a bit uncomfortable here. Well, maybe I can trick my opponent into taking this pawn. Yeah, I'll play b3, and my opponent, they'll have to move their queen, so they'll probably take this free pawn over here, and then I'll take their rook. Yeah, okay. That looks very good. That looks excellent.
Oh, snap!
You know what I just realized? You know what I just realized is, this bishop's under attack, and how am I going to defend it? Yeah, my opponent didn't have to take that pawn. Always missing these moves with the queen. The queen just moving one square to the right. I don't know what it is with me today. Well, I'm going to make my opponent move their queen again. Yeah, this next move looks great. My opponent might think they can attack my bishop, but I can attack their queen. Yeah, okay, I'm going to win the game now. This looks great. Where's this queen going to go? I don't see any good squares for it. I think my opponent has to retreat. I think my opponent has to retreat back along the d file and...
Oh, snap!
This is just not my night. It's just not my night today. You know what? I think I'm just going to resign. Yeah, I think I'm just going to resign here. This position just doesn't look like there's any hope left in it. I'm just down a knight, down a pawn. Opponent's pieces are just much better placed than mine. I resign. And you know, this game, it got me thinking about something really deep. You know what this game makes me think about? It makes me think, welcome back to my series on chess opening theory. In this video, I took a look at the Orthnoschnapp Gambit in the French defense. And so, with the white pieces, we have Alex Pelekhaty, who is an American chess player who seems to have a very decent blitz rating. I believe in this particular tournament he was rated about 2,500 in blitz. I think he's about 2150 FIDE if I got the right FIDE profile. Like, it's possible that there might be multiple players with this name. Sadly, I could not find that much information about white, but you know, that's okay. Hey, like I did really enjoy looking at this game. Like a very important thing to keep in mind with this game is that even if some of white's moves might have looked a little silly, I do think it was a blitz game, so you know, we cut white some slack. The game is actually very instructive in showing how black should play against this gambit. And with the black pieces, we have Alexander Riazantsev. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. He is a grandmaster from Russia, and in 2016 he won the Russian Chess Championship, as well as, I think, the European Rapid. And he has also been a coach for the Russian national team for the Olympiad, as well as the Russian women's national team as well. And in the 90s, like in the late 90s, I believe he won the World Youth. So yeah, very cool stuff. And this particular game, it was played in some kind of online tournament back in 2004. I didn't find that much information about the event, besides just the games and the pairings and stuff. But anyway, more information about the players and the event can be found in the video description, and well, there isn't really anything left in this game to cover, so I guess bye for now. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.